once again, we're back into a city and police issue, and we're going to get into this. It's really come crashing down. People have wondered why we haven't put movies up, why we haven't been doing much. We've been kind of stuck in neutral as we've come under fire once again from the city. I'm going to take a seat and we're going to get into this a little bit. So here in Canada, there's 4,000 plus people that have licenses, and we are subject to these sorts of inspections coming in, you know, where the city can actually come in and inspect your home. Now the problem is when I was served this notice, and we have compelling video footage of actually the police showing up at our house in force. When I say in force, I mean basically 6 officers, so it surmounts to basically 2 officers for every city official. People can count the officers in the footage. We do cover their faces out of respect for the officers, and we still won't be airing it until we've got clearance from attorneys. But I'm pretty sure them coming on my property and asking me to leave my own home, which we'll get into, is concerning. So basically, as of this date, as of February 16th of 2010, I was served notice by the city of Abbotstford that my house was to be inspected by a bylaw officer, fire prevention officer, a building inspector, and the Abbotstford police were requested for safety purposes only. Now, when there's never been a complaint here, there's never been an issue at this residence with me, there's never been any charges or history of police violence or me violence with any authorities for them to justify any sort of request, because I know my owner of this property just had some work done in the back, and that had to do with city inspectors, and they didn't come in with the cavalry. And as I said in the videotaped evidence, you'll certainly see the cavalry arrive. That's the one thing we won't edit. We will edit out the conversation of the officers involved and the names out of respect once again for city police. We are certainly not looking to make waves. We are looking to change public policy. This has now become the directional focus of cannabis in Canada, because our society itself, this residence, non-profit, has come under fire. My personal grow, I feel, has come again under fire, be it legitimate or not. You know, in the eyes of some, there's been a lot of controversy. While these people are the criminals are protected and everything else, you know what? I was treated like a criminal. My wife had to run back in the house, which you'll see, it's very compelling in the audio tape. Had to run out of fear. 110-pound woman, you know, 16 years with HIV, has to come running back in the house with a $2,000 camera because police are chasing her up the street because they don't want her filming. Well, we continue to film, and we certainly captured that. And to further this case, you know, these inspection teams have been ruled unconstitutional in accordance with Charter 8, or Section 8 of the Charter of Rights and Freedoms, is that you have a right to not be unlawfully searched. That's basically what it amounts to, and that's what it basically says. And you know, if they don't have a warrant, they can't come in. And as you'll see in the videotape, although there was many officers, and I was very intimidated by the presence, because sometimes you can't distinguish an officer from a fire department from a bylaw officer, because they're all wearing black and blue uniforms. And black and blue uniforms, to some people who've had history with, you know, with anything, you know, in their youth, to do with police. I'm a grown man now, but it don't matter. Trigger issues last a lifetime if you've had issues with authorities. So anyway, that being said, just to give you guys an idea, because I really want to reach out. I mean, I know we have a lot of respect and a lot of love in our channel, and I want to give that respect and love back, and an opportunity for us to kind of show our force. Because medical marijuana patients should not, after going through an arbitrary 32 or whatever page application it is now, you know, in yearly renewals when I'm terminal, I mean, until they splash HIV/AIDS cure, there is no cure, you know, so I renew every year. I do all this stuff. I've been growing for 7 years. I've got the documentation to prove it, you know, 7 years. So how did I get my equipment? Well, how do you think? Hard work and saving, you know. And in some of this video here, we're actually going to go through and show you what we've done to some of the rooms, how they're up to code. We've had electricians in, what the city considers up to code. the police presence. This is what's concerning. In a case called Monaco, Monaco versus Coquitlam in 2009, it's BCSC, which is case law 141 in Canadian L2. Basically, in the judge, in section 44 of the decision, says a municipal bylaw which authorizes entry into a private dwelling without judicial authorization, in my view, where agents of the state have no such power and exercise it, there is a significant risk of breach of the charter rights of the citizens, and that in and of itself may well be irreparable harm. So that itself is where we go to with the video, because in the video we're actually asked to leave our home to allow 3 officers to search our house, so it's safe for the public safety team to come in. I've never heard of a medical patient jumping on a public safety officer, or even a criminal for that matter, when the police are on scene. RCMP are very alert that they need to wait out on the curb, and that if the city inspector feels that they need them or sees something illegal, they call the police in. There's ways to do this constructively, and this videotape shows you the exact opposite of what constructive is. To further add insult to injury, the bylaw officer involved in this I've tried to reach. I went through city council. I'm now going to MLA. I've contacted an attorney. I've had my attorney contact city bylaw, remind them that they cannot come in here with police, which explains why after the 7 days they told me they were going to come back with a warrant, you know, and I had to sit 7 days worried about them doing a hard entry and a hard takedown. It's a very scary thing because you never know what's going to happen. You only hear stories. And when